Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Friends, I will show you the first sample video for Celpip 6th section, that is listening to viewpoints. If you want to see all of the Celpip tutorials, then you can search on YouTube by writing IELTS PTE Celpip, online English 24/7. You will find all the other tutorial series here. Listening part is having 6 practice tests, and 1 practice task, as well. Total time allocated with the listening section is 50 minutes. Please keep in mind that passage will be played only once in the actual Celpip test. Now, let's start with Celpip 6th section, that is listening to viewpoints task. In this task you will listen to a small audio and will have total 6 questions. You will find options in this task in the form of drop-down and need to choose the most appropriate option from the options given in the drop-down. Let's take an example now. Please listen to the audio.
Removing wisdom teeth is considered by many as a rite of passage for teenagers and young adults. It is one of the most common surgical procedures done in young people aged 16 to 24. Timmy's 16-year-old son, John, recently had his wisdom teeth removed at an oral surgery clinic in Quebec. After the procedure, the surgeon's assistant advised that to stay on top of the pain, Felix should take a Percocet right away. Percocet is a combination of the pain reliever acetaminophen and of an opioid, oxycodone. She provided him with enough Percocet to take every 3 hours the next day. Timmy knew of the possible harms associated with powerful opioid medications, especially for young people. Abuse of opioids is a national public health crisis, with growing numbers of opioid overdoses and deaths. So, she asked the surgeon's assistant whether there was another pain management option for John instead. Tylenol 3 was suggested, which still seemed too powerful. So, Timmy asked for naproxen, an over-the-counter pain reliever, in the same drug class as aspirin and ibuprofen. John took the naproxen, as directed, when the anesthesia wore off, and he did not require anything stronger. In fact, he was quite comfortable. Timmy serves as the patient advisor for the national campaign, Choosing Wisely Canada, which partners with national clinician societies to develop lists of tests, treatments, and procedures that may cause unintended harm. So, she knew that the Canadian Association of Hospital Dentists recommends non-opioid-based pain medications to be prioritized following dental surgery, and to resort to opioids only if the pain cannot be managed. Percocet, after minor oral surgery, should not be an expectation of teenaged patients. Persistent opioid use, after elective surgery, such as wisdom teeth removal, poses a dependency risk, especially in young people, whose brains are developing, and are highly susceptible to the effects of opioids. Leftover opioids are equally dangerous, particularly for teens, who might be tempted to experiment, or share with friends and family members. Dentists and oral surgeons have a critical role to play here as one of the leading prescribers of opioids to young people. An American study, published in early December, found that dentists are the leading source of opioid prescriptions for children and adolescents aged 10 to 19 years, in the United States. Dental prescriptions account for over 30% of all opioid prescriptions in this age group. This study also found that young people who received opioid prescriptions after wisdom tooth extraction were more likely to be using opioids 3 months and 1 year later, as compared to their peers who did not get an opioid. The evidence is clear: a short prescription for opioids poses a real risk of ongoing opioid use for teenagers. For some oral surgery procedures, such as, such deeply impacted wisdom teeth, or jaw reconstruction, an opioid might be needed for pain control, for a short time. Might is the key word there. Oral surgeons and dentists should not have a one-size-fits-all pain management strategy. Changing prescribing practices to avoid unnecessary opioid prescriptions for teenagers is a small way to potentially make a big difference in a young person's life.
Let's start with our first question. Our first question is, the article is about. Now let's check out the available options. The first option is, Wisdom Tooth Removal Journey. Second option is, Timmy and her son John. Third option is, Prescription of opioids is dangerous after any dental surgery. And last fourth option is, Doctors to prescribe Tylenol. According to the audio, our third option is correct option as we can listen very clearly that opioids is dangerous after dental surgery. So accordingly the article is about prescription of opioids is dangerous after any dental surgery, that's why third option is the correct option. Now, let's move to the second question. Our second question is, possible harms of medication with powerful opioids. Now let's check out the available options. The first option is, leads to an overdose of opioids. Second option is, the patient may become unconscious. Third option is, leads to skin rashes. And last fourth option is, leads to kidney failure. According to the audio, our first option is the correct option as we can listen very clearly in the audio that possible harms of medication with powerful opioids leads to an overdose of opioids. So accordingly our first option is the correct option. Let's see our third question. Our third question is, the leftover opioid is equally dangerous for children because. Now let's check out the available options. The first option is, young children may use and even share with friends. Second option is, young children may eat expired products. Third option is, they may get an injury. And last fourth option is, children may throw them away. According to our question, I think our first option is correct as we can listen very clearly in the audio that the leftover opioid is equally dangerous for children because young children use and even share with friends. So accordingly, our first option is the correct option. That is, young children may use and even share with friends. Now let's move to our fourth question. Our fourth question is, a short prescription for opioids poses a real risk of. Now our available options are, option 1 is, the physical health of an adult. Option 2 is, ongoing opioid use for teenagers. Option 3 is, emotional well-being of an adult. And last option 4 is, the physical health of teenagers. We can listen very clearly in the audio that opioids poses a real risk of ongoing opioid use for teenagers. So accordingly, our second option is the correct option, that is ongoing opioid use for teenagers. Let's move to our fifth question. Our fifth question is, an American study published in early December found that. Let's check out the available options. Option 1 is, dentists are the leading source of Tylenol prescriptions for adults. Option 2 is, dentists are not the leading source of opioid prescriptions for children. Option 3 is, dentists prescribe the only Tylenol to children. And last option 4 is, dentists are the leading source of opioid prescriptions for children. According to the audio, our fourth option is correct, because an American study published in early December found that dentists are the leading source of opioid prescriptions for children. So accordingly our fourth option is correct option. Now let's see our last sixth question. Our sixth question is, the procedure of removing wisdom teeth. Let's check out the available options. Option 1 is very rarely done. Option 2 is a must for all teenagers. Option 3 is not very common for the age group 16 to 24. And last option 4 is very common for the age group 16 to 24. According to the audio, our fourth option is correct as we can listen in the audio that the procedure of removing wisdom teeth is very common for the age group 16 to 24. So accordingly our fourth option is correct option. So, friends, I think this tutorial will give you some idea about how to choose the right option in listening to viewpoints task. Please register to experience the real-time based practice platform. Link to join the platform is mentioned in the below description. Don't forget to subscribe our channel before completing this video. Thanks for spending time with us.